there's some people on a podcast, and this is funny because Drake just be randomly liking shit. It's hilarious. Like, it's a random podcast that, like, if you go on the actual Instagram post, it wasn't getting many likes or views. But Drake, like, just goes to show that Drake sees everything and he'll interact with something if he feels like he needs to. But there's a clip on this podcast. I think the podcast is called We Love Hip Hop Network. Yeah, so shout out to them. Basically, on the podcast, the guy says that Kendrick Lamar was used as a pawn for Jay-Z so that, Jay-Z can eliminate Drake. And I never really thought about it like that. Because Drake and Kendrick have had their own issues for a long time, way before Jay-Z was even involved in having issues with Drake. But when it became, and I'm not saying, here's one thing that I'm not saying. I'm not saying that Jay-Z called Kendrick and was like, hey, beef with Drake because, we need him out of here. I'm not saying that it was a direct thing. But Jay-Z has had a history of putting people or helping people in certain positions to battle his battles. We saw it with the 50 and Kanye thing. Really, the battle should have been 50 and Jay-Z. It shouldn't have been 50 and Kanye. But Jay-Z was quote-unquote retired, and then he played behind the scenes, and he was the CEO of Def Jam, so he starts pushing to make sure that Kanye has the best possible support from his label. Whereas 50 was having issues with Interscope and was not getting that same support. And behind the scenes, Jay-Z pulled strings. 50 said that when he went to 106 and Park, they said he couldn't bring Eminem, that it would have to be only him. But when Kanye went there, he could bring Jay-Z, because he pulled some strings. So I believe that Kendrick got used to a certain extent as a pawn to try to get Drake out of here so that Jay-Z doesn't have to deal with. Because imagine this, right? Here's the kind of scenario I'm painting here. Imagine if Kendrick, she did win the battle. I'm not saying he didn't. But let's just say he just destroyed Drake's career. Like, I don't know, maybe he dropped some real, file information or something crazy that just would get Drake out of here, right? And Drake just fell off. Or like he dropped Iceman and it flopped. Let's just say that happened. Drake wouldn't beat Jay-Z's record if that would have happened. Drake wouldn't have gotten the Michael Jackson record if that would have happened. A lot of things wouldn't have happened. And Jay-Z would have still held the record for the number one albums. He still would have felt like he's number one regardless. And he would have gotten what he wanted, which is Drake's career destroyed. And Kendrick would have had his moment. And there you go. But because that didn't happen, now Jay-Z has to come out and do these shows and remind people that, hey, I'm the best at this. I don't care that this guy has these number one albums. I'm still here. I'm still the king of this. I just took a break and decided to relax. I don't have to do this.